Okay, we heard something. What did you hear back over here, Donnie?
I don't know. I heard a growl at one time, and then something else. It sounded like something was walking or something over here.
Yeah, it sounded really weird.
Yeah, it wasn't bipedal. It sounded like four-legged animal. But we're gonna go check it out and see what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Very strange.
Definitely sounded like some kind of growl or something.
We were like standing over here and we heard a growl down in this little ravine. We're gonna like check it out. We don't know what it was, but we'll give you an idea in a second.
Falls off like brain. See it out there now.
That's about where we heard it, right in that area. This is a pretty deep, steep drop-off right here.
Yeah, I can hear the coyotes.
We can take a good tumble right now.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, we didn't hear that pack of coyotes that we heard earlier. This was something different. This was a growl, and then I heard a lot of noise down there too.
Almost sounded like something was trying to fight its way up this hill.
It did. Yeah, it did. And here we got like, what, a little road or something? Well, that's a steep, look at that. That's like a steep road, isn't it? Again, we're standing here at the top of there's a ravine again down here at the bottom that you can see up behind me. And again, me and Donnie heard something really, really strange down here. We were just standing back on the backside, and first we heard a pack of coyotes off in the distance, which is quite natural, and we're in Texas. We hear that quite a bit. But a few minutes after that, we heard something really loud down this ravine off behind, back down here where I'm pointing. And it's a really steep incline going down here. And we have a full moon tonight out here, but it's still kind of creepy. So we're just trying to see what we heard and what that growl was and what all that noise was afterwards. It did sound like footsteps from what we heard. It was kind of strange. Like it was trying to come up this this road or this trail towards us. Again, Texas has a lot of mysterious things we don't know. And also a lot of natural things, but when these strange things happen, they're very, very strange. I did hear something down here. Yeah, that was very, very weird.
I see the further down you go.
Huge ravine, too.
This out here gets into great, big, giant, tall grass almost up over your head.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you were Bigfoot, trying to walk around this area, and you know, again, there's been weird things spotted here around San Angelo throughout history, throughout the West Texas area. But if you were Bigfoot and you were trying to hide and you were trying to walk through things, wouldn't you walk through something like this? Trying to stay
I'd be
hidden.
down under it, yeah, as far as low as I could.
Yeah.
But also, if you look, I don't know if you can see that or not. I mean, they're not what you call your typical Bigfoot forest,
right?
But the trees are so thick. I mean, you can't see 4 or 5 foot into the trees. You're lost.
A lot of times people wonder why people don't see Bigfoot, but when you look at terrain like this, or even terrain like in pine trees and so forth, it's real easy to hide at night in something like this. And if Bigfoot is nocturnal, which we all believe that it probably is, these creatures, if they do exist, which, you know, it's a very good possible chance, that they're obviously not going to be around during the day. They're going to be sleeping, and at night they're going to be moving around. And through this kind of terrain, it's easy to move around through and
And the
stay
only
hidden.
thing you would see at night is like where my flashlight's shining. If I just have just like any animal, even
Right.
a human being, if the flashlight shining in front of your eyes, you get the glow from the eyes. Well, right away somebody's it's the devil.
Exactly.
I mean, that'd be the only way you could see it here at night. It's
Exactly.
just with the shine of its eyes.
Yeah. Again, this ravine, it's hard, for us to show people in the camera how deep this ravine is, but it's pretty deep. It probably goes down a good 80 feet, maybe even 100 feet. Pretty good little drop. And there's wild trees all the way around here. I mean, this is your typical Texas terrain up here in West Texas. It's just really, really wild. And
That's
like you were saying, Donnie, anything could hide in here if it really wanted to. I know I could hide from people. If I don't want to be seen, I think it would be pretty easy.
oh yeah.
People always wonder why they don't see Bigfoot with all the encounters that are out there. But when people explain these encounters, they're very mysterious. And sure, there are people that create hoaxes out there, but we've talked to very credible people before. You can see it in their eyes that they're telling the truth.
And with as thick as the cover is out here, again, I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but you wouldn't even need camouflage. You could be dressed up in white clothes.
I could hide for weeks out here.
Yeah,
Nobody would know I was here. Being past military, you can hide. I mean, if you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be seen. It's not that hard to do. Texas is so large. It's a very big state. It has every possible terrain in this state. And Bigfoot has been spotted in each one of these terrains. It's been spotted down in Rio Grande Valley at times. It's been spotted around San Antonio, Texas, central Texas area. Piney Woods up in northeast Texas. Big Bend area, there's been spottings out there towards El Paso and so forth. And then, of course, in this area where we're in northwest Texas, there's been occasional very strange things. So, the possibility is there.
wasn't that last Chupacabra sighting on a road just like this?
Yeah, Chupacabra too, running through here. Again, very, very strange. It's always a possibility. I don't rule these things out. I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to go out and say that these things don't exist. Because honestly, where's the proof that they don't exist? You know what I mean? Did you hear something?
No. But that's what we're here to do, is try to find the proof. The camera's having a hard time. All right, go ahead.
To all the skeptics out there, as far as all these mysterious, paranormal, supernatural things, prove to us that they don't exist. That's where the questions to me are. If you can't prove that these things don't exist, then don't tell me that they don't exist. That's kind of the way that I approach these things. How do you approach it?
Well, I'm the same way. I mean, I've never seen $1 million, but I know it exists.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Just because we're not necessarily holding it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
what
I'm.
Coyotes off in the distance.
I mean, I'm. That's what we're here to do, is to prove it does exist. Right. And a skeptic, they should prove that it doesn't. And just like you said, just if you don't have proof that it doesn't, don't tell me it doesn't.
Exactly.
Well,
I forgot to charge this.
I guess we're gonna walk down a little bit further and see if we can.
Let's see what we can
find anything.
See what we can find. Real quick.
We haven't heard anything in the last 10-15 minutes, so.
Whatever it was, it doesn't appear to be there anymore. It took us a few minutes after we heard it to walk down to this ravine. So whatever was in there might have had a chance to disappear, but at the same time, it might be in hiding.
I just could have swore I heard something growling. Or was that your stomach?
That wasn't me.
I heard something growling.
No, that
It
wasn't.
sounded like it was just like right here.
That wasn't me. I heard it too.
I'm almost afraid to get too far in. I don't want to run across a bobcat or something, which is very natural out here.
Yeah, we saw that bobcat print earlier. That would not be too keen to walk into something like that.
I mean, I honestly don't think the bobcat would let us walk up on it, but you know, we came out to do some UFO spotting and look into some other um, goings on that people are talking about. You know, the chupacabras and Bigfoot and stuff out here in the heavy brush area. As you know, earlier you seen in some of the video, it's pretty heavily brushy out here. So we come out to do some of that shooting with that. But what we didn't realize is it's a full moon. We can't see nothing hardly up in the sky. So that pretty much shot our UFO out of the water. Um, but as we was walking around doing other stuff, checking out the area, we've been hearing little noises and stuff off in the brush down in this ravine down here. So it's obviously we don't think it's a Bigfoot or anything like that, but it wasn't a bobcat. It wasn't coyotes. We did hear some coyotes off in the distance. So I was raised in the country. I know what a coyote sounds like. What I heard here wasn't a coyote. Um, I've never run across a bobcat, so I don't. They screeched. This wasn't a screech. It sounded like a growl. And then shortly after we heard the growl, we heard something that sounded like. You really can't see on the camera, but it's a pretty steep ditch here, ravine.
It's about an 80 to 100 foot drop right here.
Yeah, it's got a pretty steep. It's got a pretty steep wall here, and it sounded like something was trying to claw its way or run up this wall right here. And but since we got by the time we got over here, it was gone. We didn't hear it no more, and we've been here about 10-15 minutes now and haven't heard it since. I thought I heard something just a few minutes ago. It sounded like another little growl or rumble or something. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but there's nothing here.
It was strange. We got to admit, it was a strange noise, and it didn't
like,
sound natural, whatever it was.
Yeah, we're hearing stuff just off in this little ditch here, and we're not seeing anything. Obviously, it's dark out, but it is a full moon, so the only reason I got the flashlight going right now is just so I don't run into a bobcat.
Yeah, or we don't fall down this ravine. Yeah, that wouldn't be too keen.
You really don't need to. The moon is so bright. You can walk around out here easy without the flashlight.
The moon is up here, folks, just so you can see. It's behind some clouds right now, but that's your Texas sky up there.
I'm not seeing any eye glow or anything.
No, I didn't catch anything, but this is a large area down here. You could easily be hiding down here, whatever.
And that would be the only way we would see it right now is through eye glow.
Yeah.
Unless it stepped out in front of us.
Exactly. What are your theories on Bigfoot, real fast?
Well, again, I've never seen it, so I really don't know. I've heard so many theories. Some people think it's an interdimensional being, or it's hiding underground and stuff. And I really don't know. I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you. I think Bigfoot is the world's champion hide and seek player.
I have to agree with you on that.
But it's just, to me, if it doesn't want to be found, it's not going to be found. There are still a lot of animals and creatures, bugs, insects and stuff that haven't been discovered. They keep finding stuff every day. Every week they find new stuff. So, that people say, well, why have we never found any of the carcasses? Well, if they're anything like a human, what if they bury their dead? You'll never find them. Unless you just get lucky and happy to run over it with a bulldozer while you're building a new house, tearing down the wood someplace. That's the only way you're going to find them, if they bury their dead. So
I agree. I think they're smart animals.
Yeah,
they're intelligent. If it's an intelligent animal, it isn't going to want you to see it. You're not going to see it.
Right.
Unless it's by accident. I think that's how a lot of these sightings happen.
Yeah, you go to Africa and look at the tigers. They sit up in the trees. You walk right underneath them, and you don't see them. Unless you know what you're looking for. And that's why I think. That's what I think the Bigfoot are. They're just good. They don't want to be seen. They're not going to be seen.
Exactly.
And the way they're described and everything, they blend in with the natural habitat. So, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, like you see some of the shots we took here earlier today, it would be no problem for anything to hide in any of these.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're only 10, 20 foot tall, but you go 5 foot into it, you can't see nothing.
Okay, we're getting ready to head off. Me and Donnie have been scoping out this area, and I gotta admit, it's a mysterious area. Like Donnie said earlier, we came out here tonight to basically see if we could spot any UFO activity. Because again, in this area of Texas, there's been some very, very strange things seen by people at times. I've had UFO encounters out here. I call them unidentified flying objects, because honestly, we don't know what they are. But I can tell you, being past Air Force, I've seen all the things that we have out there, and whenever I see a strange thing that I can't identify, it just doesn't fit with the types of things that United States Air Force has and so forth. So again, Texas has a lot of mystery to it, and we came out here tonight just to see if we were going to see something. As fortunately, the moon decided to be a full moon tonight. You know, we didn't expect it to be so bright out here. So that kind of kills the UFO spotting activity. But we're going to come out again and hit some other different areas. And there's a lot coming up in the future that we're going to be doing that we think you're going to find to be very exciting. But again, we were here earlier and we heard a very strange creature or something down in this ravine behind us. We don't know what that was. You know, we came out here basically to look for UFOs, but also to see if there were any other mysterious things. And again, Bigfoot has been spotted in this area from time to time. So who's to say, you know, what we heard? We don't know.